Hey girls, it's CeCe. How are you? So, on my blog for the past couple months, I've been doing plus size fitness essentials for every month. And for July, even though July is almost over, I thought I would do something kind of more specific. Instead of like a general roundup of like what I'm loving fitness wise, I thought I would talk about things that a plus size girl needs in order to do yoga. So, yoga is for everybody. Everybody can do yoga. But sometimes as a plus size girl, maybe our flexibility is like not as good as someone else, or like maybe our tummy gets in the way or whatever. Honestly, these things could happen for any type of body. As a plus size girl, I've discovered kind of the things that I need to do yoga that are helpful for me through trial and error. You can also use these things for stretching. If you're not really into yoga, but you do feel like you need to stretch, if you feel like your body's getting tight or you just kind of need to like work some things out, these things that I'm about to show you are perfect for that as well. So let's jump right in here and talk about some plus size yoga essentials. So the first choice is pretty obvious, a yoga mat. But I just re-upped my yoga mat. So I realized that my yoga mat was actually a lot more thin. I don't know if I got it like back in the day. I don't know what was going on. But these days yoga mats are a lot more like foamy, like they're thicker, which you can kind of see here. Um, Whoa, hello, can you hear me? So as you can see, this yoga mat is really thick and it feels like foam. I think that this type of yoga mat is way better on your knees. Like obviously like putting something in between your knees and the floor can help to kind of, if you have sore knees or issues with your knees, it kind of makes it easier when you're doing stuff on the floor to have a nice padded surface in between you and like the hardwood or whatever it is that you're doing yoga on. So this is my new thing. My new yoga mat is super thick and feels like foam and I love it. It also came with a strap attached. So I got rid of my yoga bag because it was kind of old and like it wasn't really my style anymore. And this is so much more simple. You just take it and loop it like that and you walk around like a cute little plus size curvy yogi. Another plus size yoga essential is a block. Have you guys ever used this before? I am obsessed with these blocks. The way a yoga instructor explained it to me is that like if you can't bend over and touch the ground, a block like this brings the ground to you. So like for example, even if you've never done yoga before, let's say that you wanted to bend over and touch your toes, right? And maybe your hands go to your ankles, but not all the way to the ground. You could put this on the ground and then bend over and your hands will hit this and you can get that kind of tension and stretch that you're looking for. Obviously this works in different yoga poses. If you're trying to get into the pose and your body and your body is in the right position, but maybe your hand isn't getting all the way down for you to really get all the benefits of the yoga pose. That's where a block like this comes in. So depending on what I'm up to, sometimes I don't need the block at all. Sometimes I will have it like this, which is kind of like the shortest distance between the ground and my hand. Sometimes I might need a little bit more. I might need to bring the ground closer to me. So I'll turn it this way and I'll put my hand here. And then if I need the ground to be really close to me, I'll do it this way. And that gives me all this strength. All of basically every different side is less that you have to work to touch the ground. I hope that makes sense what I'm saying. I know it sounds really weird to think of using a glove for yoga or stretching, but I find sometimes being a bigger person that my equilibrium or my balance can be a little bit off when I'm like on all fours or something like this, and having a little bit more like traction, for lack of a better word, can help me to kind of stay in poses longer. It's not something that I use all the time, but if I'm feeling like, gosh, I feel like I can get this pose, but I'm kind of slipping out of it because maybe my weight is too far forward on my hands or what have you, wearing workout gloves can be really helpful. I know, so random, but it's just things that I do. I feel like we have to make fitness work for us. My favorite plus size yoga essential is a strap. Oh my gosh, this strap is so simple. It's so unassuming. It feels like something you would see like on a really bad outfit as a belt or something. But this strap is everything. When I tell you this strap is everything, it is everything. So I am not going to get into poses to show you, but I'm going to try to help you imagine what this strap could be useful for, okay? Let's say I'm lying on my back and I want to bring my knees all the way to my chest, right? But maybe I'm trying to hold them and it's not really quite working and I'm feeling a little off. I can wrap the strap around my knees and then pull my knees tight closer to my chest and do my rocking, get my stretching going. So this strap basically acts as like an extension of your hands. Sometimes I will be on my stomach and maybe I'll want to bend my leg so that maybe my foot touches my head, right? And I'm flexible, but I'm not that flexible. So maybe I'll put my foot as far up as I can and then I'll loop the strap behind me and then pull my foot closer using the strap as far as I can. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. Get a strap. Most yoga classes, if you go to a studio, they will have these straps. If you don't see them, ask for them. I've been in classes where I've had to ask for the strap before because sometimes they're like away in a cupboard and they can be hard to miss. But these are a very, very important thing that I am like super, super, super obsessed with. But I got this one for like a few bucks, so I'll put a link in the description box if you want to order one for yourself. Amazing. And again, you can take that same concept for whatever stretches you're doing at home. Like if there's stuff you want to do and you kind of feel like you're not, like your body could go a little bit deeper, but you can't quite get yourself into that position. It's all about just taking the strap and like pulling your body where you want it to go. Because sometimes with a little added help, your body will get into like deeper positions and things like that. Hope that makes sense. Fitness for me isn't like a cookie cutter situation, so I definitely do modifications, including modified products to make it easier to do what I want to do, to live the active, healthy life that I want to live.